Hey guys, it's Simon, and since it's Christmas today, I had a little extra time on my hands waiting on the market to open tomorrow, and all my moving's done. So I decided to make a quick Excel document. Actually, it wasn't that quick, but it does the same thing that my old one did, which is calculate the gains and losses, but it actually takes a little step further and does some more calculations for you, and it's a little bit more user friendly, I think. Anyway, so I'm going to go through the whole thing. It's an options and a stocks calculator, and the options and stocks side are almost exactly the same. But I'm going to go through each one anyway, just to make sure everybody knows what all it's supposed to do. So all of the light um, cells are cells that have to have um, fields entered, and you don't have to, like ticker you don't have to have, but most of the all the other ones you have to. So for example, let's just go ahead and start and go through the whole thing, so that way it's easier for me and I'm not over explaining a bunch of stuff that I have to re-explain anyway. So the first one is your available funds. So let's say you have $25,000 available in your account to use to trade. You put that in, it automatically changes it to a dark cell, so that way you know you've already input it, and it kind of takes your eyes away from it. I felt that the light cells helped like focus your eyes on what needed to be inputted. Okay, and then also the next cell is the percent of your account that you want to use per position. So let's say you just wanted to use 10% of your account per position. So that calculates as $2,500 is your maximum amount that you'll want to use per position. So again, this is the option side. So let's go ahead and go, and let's just say we want to trade Tesla. And let's say Tesla is trading at, let's say, $12.40. So we put $12.40. We don't actually put in the full amount you'd have to pay, because the Excel document does a calculation for you. So so it actually calculates this times 100, and then it divides it by the max size of your position. So it actually tells you how many contracts you would be able to purchase for Tesla. And then once you actually put the price of the option in, it actually populates the percentage gain and percentage loss that you're willing to take. And you can change these two percentages. Like I have mine pretty conservative at negative 15%, but you can change it to 20, negative 20, and you do have to put the negative in. And then you can change your upside to higher if you wanted to change it to 30. It does a calculation. So at my original stop loss and my original profit, what I would do is I would set a stop loss at $10.54 from the original option price, and then I would set a trailing stop loss once the option hit $13.64, which is a 10% profit, and I would set a 5% trailing stop loss. And I've showed that before on some of the other videos that I've made, and then also I have it in my blog. So I'll put a link to it if you want a reference to what I'm talking about. And then you can do this for every single one. I have 12 positions here. I don't think most people trade that many positions in one day. I could be wrong. I don't. It's just too much to keep up with. But that's the gist of this sheet. So we can take off, and the ones that you can't do anything, like the ones that are calculations, they're all protected. So you can't actually input anything. You can't overwrite anything. So if something is not supposed to be typed in or deleted, it won't be able to, because it's locked. The second sheet is actually stocks, and the only difference is it doesn't multiply everything by 100 before it does the max, before it calculates the number of shares, because there is no 100, because options obviously multiply by 100 to get the total amount. For stocks you don't. So let's just go ahead and do this one. Let's say you have $12,000 and you wanted to do, let's say, 15% per position. So your max position for any position is $1,800. Let's say you're just trading XYZ, which obviously is not an actual ticker. And let's say the price was $12.67. So your max amount, so the number of shares you can make or buy is 142. And then you can, like I said, you can change this. For stocks, I would go with 7% is what I would normally go with. And then for a trailing stop loss, I'd probably stick to this, or maybe even just as soon as it started hitting profit, I would set up a trailing stop loss, but that's up to you. But I think this helps me. This will definitely help me, because I don't like to calculate stuff. I like to have everything as prepared as possible before I before the market opens, and I do that because I don't want to sit there and have to do calculations or wonder how many shares I can buy or do whatever at the last minute, because that's where you make mistakes and that's where you're wasting time when you could be making a profit. So this is, for me, a really good tool to help with all the preparation. Anyway, I hope you find it helpful. I'll put a link to this in the blog where you can download it, and also in the YouTube video where you can download it. So, and if you have any requests on making changes to it, or if you think that the colors are off or whatever, um, well, the colors I don't really care about, but if you have any like additions or anything else that you think might be helpful, just let me know. And if I think it adds value to it, I will definitely add it to the spreadsheet and do a revision and make a and re-upload it. So I hope that helps you guys. Tomorrow morning is the market is open, normal times again. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, and I hope everybody is green tomorrow.